Hi Gemini, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for November 23rd through November 22nd. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to Black Rose Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out, show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but resonate in other areas of your life. It can also be a positive reading in the sense that it's about someone being strategic with information so as not to burden you, or because they're trying to deal with something privately, or maybe this is someone that's just absolutely smitten and doesn't want to overload you with their feelings just yet. Okay, all right. So what aren't they telling you for Gemini? Okay. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm getting yelled at by when little critters here. A drink of water. Hold on. I must have done something because he's been talking at me for about 15 minutes. Okay then. Ace of Pentacles. Nice. 9 of Swords. 3 of Cups. The Devil. Hangman. Hermit. I was going to say Kermit. The Hermit and the Magician. Virgo, Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, Pisces, Capricorn. Okay. Let me get the little ones here. And then we'll start. Oh, Maria. Lord. Not really meowing either. It's like this. Like, sounds like a cranky zombie. I'm sure you'd appreciate me saying that. So, okay. So this is they're trying. Oh, this is somebody. Water bottle out. This is somebody that's trying. I mean, look at this. So we got the Devil. We got the 9 of Swords. This is oof. So someone has recently discovered something, or they've found something out, or they're realizing I need to get to the bottom of something. And while there might be this calm or this kind of everything seems reasonable and assured and stable and all that, this person is they're tied up in knots over something. Why? So I think this is coming down to the question of stability. I think this person wants to know where the relationship is headed, and they just want to know what's going on. They want to understand. They want to know, are we? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but what's showing here is that you shouldn't. I think they want stability and commitment and connection from you, but it's not. This isn't the right time for it. What's this Hermit about? 7 of Wands. What's this Ace of Pentacles about? 9 of Swords. 8 of Swords. And the 3 of Cups. Devil about. Alright, so Gemini, this is looking like somebody wanted commitment, but perhaps it was they wanted to keep things the way they were, and they wanted control, and they wanted things to go back to the way it was. And that's not for, it could be like, well, I'm doing fine. And, it's about them putting on a show, but this feels like somebody that wanted stability, but in reality, they wanted control. And there might have been some manipulations to try and get that control. Some, trying to guilt you or giving you the silent treatment, or, and you need to walk away. This person has shown you who they are, and this is somebody that's just not quite, dare I say, mature enough. But they're going about getting a commitment from someone, or that connectivity, in the wrong way. This is someone that is this is someone that might front like they're fine and that they need to go and do their own thing and whatnot, but really they don't know what to do because they took a gamble and it didn't work, and they really did want a commitment from you. They really do want a connection with you, and you seem to have been like, I'm out of here, bye-bye, I don't do games. And now they're just like, oh God, what am I going to do now? I think they regret that, but I mean, look at this. 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 8, 9, 10 of Swords. There's no turning back now, and they're left to sit and think about what has transpired. I think they wanted stability, but I think in reality it was about control, and almost like Instead of connection, it was I want to make it so that you can't or don't want to leave, and not in the good way. Like I want you to need me, because if you need me, you won't leave. You know? What's Magician about? King of Cups. They're still hopeful too that this is going to work out, that you'll be back. They're still holding out hope for that. Just saying. This could be Pisces. This is him, man. Two of Cups. Interesting. So I think this is somebody that's going to take a break from. This is someone that's still very focused on you. And I think it's because they really wanted the longevity and the long term with you. And it looks like that's not happening right now, at least. And they kind of went about it the wrong way. I think they tried to kind of give you an ultimatum, and it didn't work. And now they regret it, but they don't know what to do. They realize that now. They're trying to make some changes in their life. So they're not, if you are in communication with them and they say that they're working on some things and trying to figure out what's going on, they're not wrong, but they're still a bit raw and defensive about it. So just beware. It's probably not the time to be really talking to them, because it's too soon. It's too soon to be talking to them. They're not over this yet. And this is somebody that knew what they wanted, and they wanted to be with you. The truthful thing is they might be telling you that, you know what, I am trying to figure this out and trying to look at the long view and take the bigger picture of this, or at least, figure out where I went wrong, where we went wrong, give it some time. But, well, no, I mean, I like this couple better than I like this couple, you know what I mean? Because this is just holding you back. This is, I don't know, I'm starting to kind of think that, you know what, they are really wanting to figure this out. They recognize they have an issue with control specifically, and they are wanting to figure this out. They just don't know how. Not your problem, though. You don't want to get caught up in that. This person is uncomfortable right now, and it's causing them to want to figure out why, and I keep doing this, and oh my gosh, I've got to figure this out. And they're earnest, but they're uncomfortable. If you were to go back, that would be safety, and they would be comfortable again, and the motivation for them, for that specific personality type, not for everybody, but for this type of person, they would get complacent. So this is not for you. This is about you. Your time with them is done for now, and they're wanting to take a break from dating because they're still very attached to you, but they're also wanting to take a break from dating to figure this out. And they mean it, but they're going to be struggling with it. They're going to try and get the bigger picture, take the long view, figure out how to get a handle on the way they feel and why they do what they do. But if you were to go back and try to help or fix or have sympathy for this, it would make them immediately comfortable, and not that they'd be mean or manipulative about it, but the drive for them to figure this out wouldn't be there anymore. And the only reason they're searching for answers is because they're out of sorts. You've created a vacuum and they're trying to fill it, and which is a good thing because it does need to change, and they recognize it needs to change. They just don't know how. So this is someone that's going to be trying to think of new ways to, instead of, which I'm glad to see, instead of try to get you back and be manipulative, it's going to shift to trying to figure out what's been going on with them and work on that and figure out new ways to handle their stress, coping mechanisms, all that mechanisms. So I just twofold. On the one hand, it's like shame on them for being manipulative, but they came by it honestly. They recognize that they're trying to change, but they don't know how. And round they go. And you need to be, you need to create some distance and be living your life right now. This is for them to figure out. So they really do want to take a break. If they're telling you that they need to take a break to figure out their stuff, they're not wrong. They're not lying. They're not. But I think they're especially motivated because of your absence. I think they might have wanted to do that while you were together, but also try and keep tabs on you and make sure you weren't going anywhere. So there's that control element, but they were going to be trying to change, but then still control you because they don't want you to leave, right? Now that you're gone, now that you're done, it's a pretty big motivator for them to figure out what and why, because they don't want to keep doing this to keep driving people away or keep having their control issues get in between them and connecting to someone they love. someone they want a commitment with, and they really did. They went about it the wrong way, though. They were way too domineering and controlling. They're trying to figure it out, but you need to steer clear of them while they're doing it, because old habits die hard, and they wouldn't be able to help themselves of like, oh, you stay here, and then I'll go over here, but you stay here, and I'm going to try and figure this out, but you stay here. You know what I mean? They can't do both. They're going to have to be in isolation to be able to figure this out, because being with you or anybody else is going to be too much of a distraction for them trying to sort through all this. Probably they probably know that. I feel like they're kind of, honestly, looking at this, it's like, you know what? They kind of probably were telling you the truth. It's just that now that you're gone, they're doubly motivated, but they control to feel secure. And they don't like it, but it's what they do. So this is them trying to change that pattern, especially motivated because you're not with them anymore. You're the one that got away, Gemini. Ooh, it says gift, which is like, oh, this is a blessing in disguise, or wow, you're liberated. Which, okay, now I don't know your personal dynamics and whatnot, but some of you are probably like, yeah, good riddance. The thing that is different for me is that this person is aware of how they are and they're trying to change, and they just don't know how. This is not somebody that's like, okay, I'll just find a different tactic, and has no, remorse for how oppressive they can be or whatnot. They recognize that they're like that, but they also want to get to the bottom of why. And in the process, they realize, or actually they lost you, and that's, again, huge motivating factor. So this is like, okay, in a roundabout way, it can be like, okay, this is a gift to both of you. One thing, you're free. And for them, it's like, okay, there's a chance for recovery here and getting to the bottom of this, so this doesn't affect you anymore. It's manageable now. This is a start of it becoming manageable, But that's kind of a wonky view of gift. I don't know. Blessing in disguise, I don't know. If it fits, take it. But it just seems like kind of a smack in the face at this point. What else for Gemini? Yeah, they don't know where to start. 7 of Cups. They don't know where to start. They're feeling overwhelmed. Don't know what to do. I don't want everybody to think, too, that it's like the only way you can truly be happy is by yourself. But there's some of these relationships are really problematic because they're so enmeshed and entwined, And if that's the case, you do want your freedom, but you don't have to be by yourself to be happy. And I feel like it kind of looks like that sometimes. Like, oh, no, you just need to be free. You're not meant to be with anybody. It's not that. Maybe you're going through something, okay, need to heal, but I just don't want you thinking this like, I'm one of those that advocate for aloneness being the only path to connectedness and happiness because everybody else is toxic and a disappointment. It's not the case at all. Just what's showing here. I feel like my voice is going to go, so I'm getting crackly. Sorry about that. Oh, pig spirit, look at that. Use your mind wisely. Look at your little piggy boy. Your little piggy. Use your mind wisely. Yeah, look at these swords. We don't need any of this mess. We don't need to be worried and fretting and feeling like we're not good enough and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to do. And cut your losses. Get out there and have some fun. Accept that this is not the time for this relationship while this person is like this. No good can come of a connection because you're just going to get sucked into this whirlpool and it's like, whoa. So be mindful of where your thoughts are going and who you give your emotional attention to, and otherwise be mindful of that. Guard your emotional energy and your mental energy, especially with someone like this who can kind of be like a Hoover, because they're so much in need. To their credit, they want to figure it out. They're just struggling. Right. Okay. So, as far as what they're not telling you, I want to work on this. I recognize I have a problem, but I really do miss you, and I wish it could have worked out. And I control to feel safe, and I'm sorry, but I can't help myself. But I'm going to give you the silent treatment to make it look like I'm in agreement with this and I'm on my own path, but really I'm struggling and I miss you. And I wish it could be different, and I hope someday it can be. That's what they would say. They're just not telling you that because it doesn't look like you're talking here. What else for Gemini? They are in the process of seeking understanding. I'm surprised the sun didn't come up here. Gemini. 3 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Get it? Get out there and get after it. There you are. This is Aries, and this is 3 of Wands. Queen of Wands, Aries, and 3 of Wands. So this is about your future just opened up because you are now liberated. You're going to be able to get out there and start making things happen. in the mix, being social, keeping busy, lots of opportunity coming for you. So this was probably weighing you both down. They're able to pursue the best they can their next course of action, which I hope is staying the course with figuring this out. You have a lot of business and social opportunities coming. And probably dating, the holiday seasons are coming up, or season is coming up if you celebrate. So busy, 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 getting out there, getting after it, being among everybody, all the things. Good for you. Do it. This was quite heavy. You need to be released from that and go off on your own way. Busy, busy calendar. Friends, socializing, lots of fun. All right, Gemini. I was going to say use this time wisely. Just be careful that you're not, while this is on the outside, you're not still kind of attached to this on the inside. You really need to separate from this situation. I feel like it's still got these little baby tentacles, and you just need to do your own thing right now. All right. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. I thank you for stopping by. You take care, Gemini.